Welcome to Live Life Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. When I first came to college in 1973, my work study job was in the admissions office. They had a computer on which I had to run the automated letters. It was nicknamed Freddie and was the size of one of the computer desks you see in stores like Best Buy today. It was huge. It ran with a ticker tape kind of programming. After computers like Freddie became obsolete, then we saw the advent of the desktop computer, then the laptop, then the iPad, and now there are a plethora of sizes. But they all evolved from the first big computers. They were reinvented and updated all along the way. I was reminded of Freddie, the admissions computer, when our friend Matt was talking about someone here in Rochester who reinvented himself from a life of substance abuse to now a successful filmmaker. As computers evolved or were continually reinvented, the basic foundation of purpose and workings remained the same. They were just refined, repurposed, and made better. Just like the person who went from a life of substance abuse and discouragement to that of a purpose and successful career. It makes me beg the question, have you ever reinvented or redefined yourself? Or how have you evolved or continued to reinvent or redefine yourself along the way? Last week, I taught my favorite course on campus at Buena Vista University. The course was Introduction to Counseling Methods. I love teaching those skills to eager graduate students who are on the cusp of reinventing their lives. It is one of the first courses in the graduate program that will lead them to become professional school counselors. I remember being at that spot myself many years ago. It makes me think of my dad's wisdom. He would always tell me at pivot points in my life that everything gets you ready for the next. With that nugget of wisdom, I would encourage you to make a timeline of your life so far and see how everything readied you for the next thing. Maybe it didn't. Not everything does. But it would be fun to connect the dots in life and see. I took my own suggestion and made my timeline. It's funny. When you know something like all the experiences, points of education, different jobs, and life events in your mind, but when you put each down on paper in a timeline and then look at the labels of those different parts of life, you can suddenly see a pattern emerge. Well, it did for me. Dad was right in my case. Everything did get me ready for the next. A couple of weeks ago, the speaker at our exchange club was part of a group here called Compassionate Rochester. It's an organization that promotes compassion. They do this by having listening sessions with people. They start the session out by asking them to tell their compassion story. There is no judgment in these sessions, no expectations, just listening. This group aims to recognize suffering, and with a wise response to it, they see how it can lead to compassion. Think how the very experience of just being listened to in defining your story can lead to a reinvention of who you are because you can see the thoughts come out and take shape in front of you. When you see why you think what you think or do what you do, you see the definition you have decided for yourself, or you see where you are living with a definition that doesn't fit you anymore. That, I believe, leads you to a crossroads where you may decide to reinvent yourself or not. I have a good friend, Sherry Lovery, who founded a company called Crisis Management Institute. She has gone all over the United States debriefing schools and communities who have experienced a mass shooting. She is amazing. Several years ago, she developed a social emotional learning program for schools called 5 Radical Minutes. In this program, students are paired up each day and given a topic to talk to their partner about for 1 to 2 minutes. While one partner talks, the other listens, not interrupting, but just listening with good eye contact. Then the other partner is given the same allotted time to talk. The final minute is spent finding commonalities or other connections. It is powerful. The students who feel invisible can be heard, perhaps by somebody who is the most popular or by a compassionate and caring peer. What an amazing gift to be listened to. It can be life changing. Thank you, Sherry, for bringing a practice that can be a game changer in someone's life. giving them the opportunity to be heard and thus reinvent themselves by seeing their value and ultimate purpose in life is truly, truly a gift. Everyone listening to this podcast, like the computer, has evolved. George Eliot wrote, "It's never too late to become what you might have been." Hmm. This week, on your bathroom mirror, write, "I will make my timeline and see who I have become." Join me next Monday for Live Life Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.